What's up, guys? It's Crash, and with 2022 coming to a close, I wanted to kind of do a video and look ahead to 2023 and what we can expect as far as shooters that are coming down the pipeline that we know about, that are going to release, and that we're going to learn more about. Most of these are going to release in 2023. A couple of them we should at least expect a lot more information and get a release window then. So these are upcoming shooter games that I'm excited about. The first couple are from Embark Studios. When I say that, you guys probably know what they are. The first one is Ark Raiders. This is supposed to be a PvE co-op shooter. That's aliens are attacking the planet. You have to go take them out. You can collect scraps, build things at a hideout, presumably. And there are some rumors floating around that they're thinking about adding PvP to this game. You guys know that Embark Studios is a studio that was formed by a lot of former DICE developers. So if you're big Battlefield fans, you'll notice that these games look really good, like some of the Battlefield games from the past. Then the next one, as you guys could have probably guessed, is the Finals. Now, I've actually played the internal playtest of the Finals, and it was a lot of fun. This is a game with a massive amount of destruction. The amount of things you can tear down on this map and how it works, and the server side destruction is something that we have not yet seen in a shooter game, which makes this a pretty exciting prospect. It's kind of like a round-based mini battle royale, but again, I cannot stress enough how crazy the destruction in that game is. The next one I want to talk about is Stalker 2. This just released another gameplay trailer just yesterday at the time of recording this video, and it looks awesome. And we have to give props to the developers working over in Ukraine during everything going on over there with the conflict. It looks like they're still on track to get this game out in 2023, and it looks like an awesome follow-up to the original. The next one I want to talk about is Redfall. This is a game from Bethesda that looks really cool. It's another co-op shooter where vampires are attacking a town of Redfall, and you got to go see what's going on and kind of liberate your hometown from the vampire attack. From being from Bethesda, that's kind of automatically going to get a lot of us interested in it. And to be fair, I didn't put Starfield on here, even though that's another game that's kind of lumped in with Redfall is coming to Xbox. And I didn't put it on here because I feel like it's a lot more than just a shooter. But the Redfall gameplay looks like it's going to be a pretty fun PvE co-op shooter. Yeah, something like that. But it looks pretty neat from that standpoint. The next one I want to talk about is XDefiant. Now, this game had a really rough reception, and I would probably base that on the fact that they put Tom Clancy in the name, and then the game itself did not reflect generally what we think of when we think of Tom Clancy when they revealed it. It was kind of wild. It seemed like a game that nobody asked for, like a Call of Duty clone. Well, however, what's got me back kind of interested in XDefiant and where it's going to go is Mark Rubin, the lead gameplay designer, has been asking a lot of really pertinent questions and answering some things on Twitter, talking about skill-based matchmaking, persistent lobbies, and how skill-based matchmaking should only stay in ranked. Casual should be based on connection only. So a lot of these things that have troubled Call of Duty and standard arena shooter players seem to be getting addressed in XDefiant. Love or hate the setting, love or hate Ubisoft, it's something to keep our eye on. They are going through a ton of internal playtests with players and feedback sessions, and really kind of being a little bit more transparent with the development cycle from what we normally see from Ubisoft. So there's a lot to keep an eye on with XDefiant, even though it had kind of a rocky reveal. The next one I want to talk about, sticking with Ubisoft, is Division Heartland. There's not a lot known about this other than 2023 is the presumed release year, I guess, release window, and it's going to be an interesting new place for Division. Traditionally, Divisions have taken place in cities, so this is going to be a new setting, being in the Midwest, the heartland of America. It could be a really interesting game. I have fun with the Divisions for a little bit. I can't play them for a really long time. They seem to get kind of old, but they're really fun to hop into in the beginning and explore and see what's going on. The next one I wanted to talk about is Transients. I've made a video about this on the channel. The reason this one is interesting to me is because of the developer, the lead developer, Big Fry. He is a YouTuber who has criticized indie games in the past that seem to be just asset flips to make a quick buck. So he's actually throwing his hat in the ring and making his own game. That's why this is something to keep an eye on. He's got together a talented group of developers, up-and-coming developers, and this is going to be one that we want to keep our eye on. Presumably, they're shooting for a 2023 release as well. The next one we're definitely keeping our eye out on this channel is Deadrop. You know who that's from. Dr. Disrespect, their vertical extraction-based shooter. Another one, this is interesting, is I like seeing how games are developed. And this is one of the most transparent development cycles of a game that we know. They are doing snapshots every couple weeks and then taking that feedback, showing how that feedback is implemented into the next snapshot. And it's going to be cool to see. This is also going to be one of the new Unreal 5 shooters, a vertical extraction shooter. Like I said, you kind of seem to fight your way up vertical buildings and extract on the top. Presumably, we haven't seen that yet, but they've been really quick to add stuff. The snapshots have more and more features, taking in feedback and having surveys sent to the players. So that's pretty interesting. The only thing I'm a little sketched out about is it seems that some of the cosmetics and stuff are kind of NFT based, so we'll have to keep our eye on that, make sure it's not a little fishy. The other one, guys, I wanted to talk about, another very transparently developed game, is Road to Vostok. Now, the game is not going to be revealed. Not going to be fully released in 2023, but in Q3 of 2023, there's going to be a playtest demo with all of the mechanics in this game. And we did an interview over on the Scope on the live show a couple Mondays ago with the solo developer. And this game sounds like it's going to be really cool. A super hardcore survivor game based on real world areas. And there's going to be other aspects when you cross into the dangerous zone, Vostok itself. And this is going to be the first glimpse we have of the gameplay loop of that survival shooter. And then last but certainly not least is a Star Wars first-person shooter. This was announced this last year by EA that they are working on it. It's going to be done by Respawn. Now, I kind of have mixed feelings about that. When I hear about EA, I'm a little bit bummed. But when I hear about Respawn, they generally do a pretty good job of developing games over there under Vince Zampella. So a Star Wars FPS is coming. We know some of the people have been brought back from the Battlefront series. Some have been brought back from Star Wars series even before that. Some of the hires that they've had. They've also hired some really good AI folks that have worked on games in the past. So we don't know a lot about it, and I'm not 100% sure if it will release in the holiday window of 2023. That is my guess. However, we will at least get some more information about the new Star Wars FPS, because people have been wanting another Star Wars shooter since Battlefront 2 ended its life cycle so we could get Battlefield 2042. So people have been kind of jonesing for a Star Wars shooter, and I'm extra excited that this is going to be a first-person shooter. I really like FPS versus third-person perspective. That's just me. So I'm excited to see one of these from Star Wars, because I can't think of where we've had just a true 100% FPS game in the Star Wars setting. So it could be really cool coming from Respawn, which it's rumored to be on Unreal 5, not messing with Frostbite. I'm excited to see it. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and let me know in the comments if there's any shooters I missed or anything you guys are looking forward to in 2023. I hope it's an awesome year, and I hope to see you around the channel in 2023.